Ready to learn how a guitar shredding entrepreneur built a powerhouse home entertainment business and took home the win at the Battle of the Bands this weekend? Welcome to the Digital Mayors Podcast, where today we're sitting down with the one, the only, Josh Cougler, owner of On the Wall Home Entertainment and Security Services. And he happens to be, by the way, our partner in Paver Dudes Florida too, right?
Yeah, he is. So Josh has worn lots of hats. He's been a leader in home entertainment and security for over 20 years, building his company into a top service provider. He's also our business partner at Paver Dudes Florida, as Dan said. Sure. And this past weekend, his band won the Golden Bell Education Battle of the Bands, Fever Pitch. Josh Cougler, we're excited to have you here, brother.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for being here, my guy.
Yeah, man, we are definitely thrilled to have another champion sitting on this.
Yeah, this is a panel of champions.
I did whatever it takes.
One, two, three.
3 years in a row, Battle of the Bands champions. And by the way, somebody who helped us get there is the guy producing the thing.
That guy back there.
That guy back there, Ben.
Mr. Ben
Thank you so
Castro.
much for,
hey!
What's up, guys?
He's so cute.
You helped make that happen. So let's kick things off. Josh, you have been in the home entertainment business for, 2 decades? And tell us a little bit what got you started. How did you start On the Wall?
On the Wall itself, I pretty much just have always had a passion for audio video. I'd have to say that it probably started back when I was, 16 years old when I purchased my first vehicle.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah, 1987 Chevy Nova.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah. Went out, purchased 2 12-inch Eclipse subwoofers, and had that thing banging down the street.
What year was it?
Yeah, you did.
80. That year, early 2000s.
Yeah.
So you were busting what? Biggie, Tupac, what you got?
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
all
know.
the good stuff.
That's what's up.
All right.
Make the trunk rattle.
Biggie Smalls is the illest.
Remember, by the way, the bazooka tube I had?
Oh,
I
yeah.
do. 21-inch bazooka
I had a
tube.
21-inch bazooka tube in the back of my Corvette, in the back of the Dodge Daytona. I mean, that thing.
Was that
still
passed
there.
down to me in the back of my Dodge
It
Daytona?
was.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right. So we'll get back.
Yeah, so I would say that's where the audio passion really started was, when I was a young buck, man.
Yeah.
And then, it just transitioned in when I moved to South Florida in 2004. I started working at Best Buy. I was working in car audio, and then, worked my way up there, and then slowly transitioned over into home entertainment and become a lead at Geek Squad.
Right.
Nice. You top geek?
Yes, sir.
I love it.
Right. But again, with that, you were in people's homes then doing installs, and just tell people how did On the Wall start, right? Wasn't it little old ladies that ask you, hey, could you change that light bulb? Could you put up this fan? Right? Something like that.
It really started. Yeah, I joined a Facebook group, and I just saw the need that people needed somebody handy. They needed somebody to do odds and ends around their house, whether it was changing a light bulb, changing a smoke detector battery.
I put up a fan.
Yeah, pretty much anything. And I was like, I bet I could start a business doing this.
How'd that work out?
But such great foresight, right? Because I've looked at stuff like that, and I have not done that. Like,
What did our previous coach tell us, Dan?
take more action.
Stop damn thinking and
just
start
do it.
damn doing.
Yeah, it's
right?
true.
That's our problem. We got great ideas, and they stay here.
Yeah, I mean, it took me, years of thinking of it, and then finally I just pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's been a long time now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, recently you went through a big kind of rebranding, right? Where you're really going to be moving from focusing on the audio, video, and handyman to really focusing on the home entertainment and security. Is that right?
Yes,
So
yes.
what led to that?
So, like I said, my true passion is audio video. So, whether it's in a car, in a home, in a backyard, a custom home theater in people's homes, that's my passion. So we sort of did the, handyman, jack of all trades just to continue to make things afloat and, be able to pay the bills. But like I said, I had to, sort of do a shift to what I really love doing.
What you really love.
Listen, that's kind of cool.
And by the way, how fortunate are we to be friends with Josh and we've known each other, 10 plus years, right? That we've partnered and referred and done a lot. And with this rebranding, like we're kind of helping you with that rebranding, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So it's really kind of cool because Josh is a friend, a close friend, and we had conversations about this. And really one of the things that came out of it is a new venture for me and my brother.
Bros.
Is in addition to Paver Dudes Florida, which we'll talk about in a couple minutes, I'm sure. the start of Home Dudes Florida. We're going to be the dudes, right?
Yes.
And,
We're the dudes.
And the handyman side, the renovation side that Josh and his team have done and have done well for years, we're really looking at taking that over and just helping
Blowing it up.
helping maintain that, help people and blow it up and just help even more people, right? So I mean, I'm so excited for you. And from you, I'm so excited for us and for the others, right? Because
Yeah, it's going to be great for us, for the community.
well, because we're just
across.
gonna take and continue what Josh does, right? I mean, when I listen,
But
at
not
lunch-
as handsome.
Well, no, of course not.
We'll
as
do it
handsome.
not as handsomely
handsome.
as Josh has done it.
But like even like I said at lunch today, right? We were super fortunate to have had lunch today at City Lead Boca, and when I talk about Josh and his teams and his business, what I say is that here's why I love Josh. Here's why I refer the heck out of Josh is because number one, he's a great guy. He cares. His team is the best. And when one of his guys who's human, like I am, like you are, right?
I'm a human raised by humans.
There you go. But when one of his human guys makes a mistake or something unexpected happens, Josh steps up and takes care of it. And I got to tell you, we align like that.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm excited that
Well,
we
listen.
can take that and move it forward.
We kind of have that saying now that we use with Paver Dudes. It is going to be moving over to Home Dudes as well.
And the
What
real-
is it, Dan?
Well, it's in the real estate and mortgage business too. Is that really that shit happens?
He swore. I can't believe it.
Shit happens, and we take care of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's stuff happens unexpected. with
That's why you hire us.
Correct.
Right? Because listen,
that's why.
shit happens in every transaction, in every paver job, in every
estate, every
every time
mortgage
we're in a house.
transaction.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
We're not going to disappear.
Yeah.
We're going to be there. We're going to help take care of it, and we're going to make sure that everybody's happy.
So right, we're going to take what you started and run with it and make a legacy, that you'll be proud of, because we're
all
going
about.
to keep that going and just do our best. All right, but I know you wanted to.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, we were talking a little bit about Paver Dudes, and we kind of want to talk how that came about because people, right? I don't know if people ask you because you were already kind of in the home business.
Yeah.
We're a couple of dudes who can barely change a light bulb.
Right.
People, are, how do you get into the paver business,
Right.
right? So, Dan, you want to tell the story?
Sure. Well, I mean, really, the way it started is Michael, my brother, wanted to redo his driveway and his patio, right? And so, who do we call? We call the one guy.
One call does it all.
One call does it all. We
Home
called-
Dudes. Oh, wait, I mean, on the wall.
We called Josh, and Josh said, "Got you." And he came over, had the team who did an amazing job, right? My brother's driveway is stunning. That patio is beautiful. Your kids are so fortunate, right? You remember you guys came back again and built it out.
Well,
because
listen,
Jacob,
we had problems, and what did we do?
we took care of it,
We fixed it.
right?
Yeah.
We
Right?
learned.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we learn and grow. But right, so they did an amazing job with that. And if you don't know, Michael and I live literally 7 houses away from each other in the same neighborhood. And I was a little jealous, right? His driveway was looking beautiful, mine was looking
Still
old.
looks better, but that's okay.
It still does look better. It's all Dad's fault. Anyway, I was jealous, so I said I want to do my driveway and patio too, and so reached out to Josh. They came, did an amazing job, and Wilson, who's the lead installer, right? I asked him after the fact, right? And I told you guys because I thought he was trying to sell me. One day when he was working on the house, he'd finished the driveway, so I thought, and he was working out back. But I was leaving for work one day. Wilson stops me and says, "Hey Dan, is it okay with you if I change this over here?" And I'm looking at it and I'm going, "It looks fine to me, but whatever you want to do, brother." And when I came home from work that day, it was better.
He loves what he does. I mean, he did work at my house the other
Yes.
day, and he loves what he does.
His passion is crazy.
So cool, isn't it?
Crazy.
Talk about a man who lives with passion. I mean,
Yeah.
you see the way he acts with his children?
Oh my God.
I mean, he
He's in
adores
love with
them.
his kids.
It's so freaking cool.
I met Wilson at a quote the other day, and his kids were with him in the truck. And Wilson and I were talking. We were actually at the Wick Theater in Boca, and we're talking, and the window of his truck rolled down, and his son, Wilson Jr., stuck his head out, "Papi," and Wilson turned, and the smile on his face, like his so in love with those kids, his son and daughter, right? But he's so passionate about his work. One job we did recently, he said, "Dan, come here," and he's showing. He's like, "Look how that line goes straight the entire way," right? And by the way, do you know that when he's not, like when he scrolls social media, he's on TikTok or whatever, looking at
watching.
videos about how to be better at doing pavers.
Yeah, it's so cool, isn't it?
Right. So basically, again, they came, they did my brother's house, did my house, and did work at your house.
Yep.
And Wilson is a craftsman. He's an artisan and not a great businessman. And really, so what we did is the three of us talked and said, listen, more people need to work with this guy. And so we talked with Wilson and said, hey, how about we partner together? We'll run the business side of things. We'll bring in the business. We'll do the billing. We'll do the marketing, that kind of stuff.
You work.
You do the hard work and you make everything beautiful. And then we'll help a whole lot of people and, help him make money. We get a taste. The clients, that's really how it started, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
I mean, yeah, with me, definitely. And, I saw how much, motivation you guys had to help me grow my business. And I was like, they need to get a taste and get involved.
Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
super cool. Listen, enough about pavers and
Right,
shit. All
forget
right,
pavers.
let's talk about the Golden Bell
Yeah, man.
Education Battle of the Bands winner,
Champion.
Josh Cougler.
Shredded the
Fever
guitar.
pitch. My dude looked so amazing up there. You looked like a damn
A
pro.
rock star.
For
and,
real.
And again, strumming that, you only played guitar for 2 months, right?
Yeah.
Lessons-
I actually, I started, I think, the last week of July.
Yeah,
So-
right.
Wow.
Lessons
So
at the
freaking
School
cool.
of Rock in Boca. Hadn't played guitar before, and up on stage, strumming on time and changing chords and looking like a badass. And by the way, freaking champion,
Yeah.
right?
Congrats, dude.
I love that.
So, how did you get involved in that competition there, Josh?
I have 2 business partners that just won, and I said, I need to get that trophy in my hands.
Right.
Yeah.
And listen,
And what did I tell you before you went up?
Yeah, then the night before,
Or not right before you went up.
Yeah. The night before, he was there while we were doing the rehearsal and said, if you don't win tomorrow, you will no longer be able to be our business partner.
right? No pressure.
So-
We're winners, bro.
And so I absolutely told my bandmates, I have to win tomorrow.
right. Otherwise, I don't have a job.
Yeah,
Well, no, if you didn't, I would have sold your house for you at a
Yeah.
Right?
deep discount.
Yeah, right.
And then what did I text you right after you won?
I'm allowed to have my
You're
job.
Right. Congratulations.
We will continue working with you.
together. Such an asshole, my brother.
My guy, I am so proud of you. And listen, we had some great friends up there.
and all the bands.
Fernanda killed it
Yep.
with Boca Ways. Kristen Ritchie, so entertaining. Then Ale and Trisha, it was.
Yeah.
Everyone. This was the best year.
That's what I saw. That's what I thought.
by
It
the-
was that every year we've been,
Yeah.
there was always bands that were like, eh.
Yeah.
This year,
Everyone was
everybody
great.
killed it.
Yeah.
And
I
by
mean,
the way-
literally anybody could have won. You guys
yeah.
won.
Yeah.
But
And
anyway.
anybody could have won that. It was awesome. I
And
mean,
by the way, how cool on the fundraising side, right? Last year when I participated, I think the entire Battle of the Bands event, I think we raised like $50,000. And this year, Trisha, who was on one of the other bands, by herself raised $25,000.
yeah, that's amazing.
I told her today at lunch, I said, listen, I might have won,
Right.
but you won as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's phenomenal.
huge.
Yeah. I can't even believe it.
Right? It's,
Yeah,
it's
so
nuts.
cool. Like I said, we got to get her to help us shoot for a change.
Yeah, we
Oh, yeah.
We'll ask
I wouldn't mind that kind of help.
Right.
So cool, dude. So proud of you. You're a winner.
Thank you, bud.
You're a winner.
Right back at you.
Yeah. So
Preparing, right?
yeah. So what was it like preparing? I mean, how did you do it? Like, what did you do to prepare?
Well, I would say the first thing that happened was I was, when they told us what we were doing and what we were playing, I think I met 2 of my bandmates or 3 of my bandmates, two of my bandmates, and I immediately told them that I was going on vacation for 3 weeks. Right. So instead of being able to practice, I
Right.
was like, well, I did tell them I was going to bring my guitar with me on
Right.
vacation.
Did you bring it, or did you just tell them you bring it?
I did not.
You
Yeah,
told
okay.
me. Yeah, of course.
And it just happened to be that the day that I arrived back, or 2 days that I arrived back, was our first group practice,
Jeez.
and Troy happened to be there.
Oh, no pressure.
How bad were you?
And he's like, "Oh, you've been practicing, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man." And then I got out there and I was like,
Wait, how do you
I'm
hold the
fucked.
guitar
I'm
again?
fucked.
Which
I'm
way
like-
is it?
"Yeah." And my one thing that I told the band, because I heard how amazing they were,
Yeah.
I just said that I will not be the reason that you guys fail.
Right? Good for you.
Like, I will
guy.
do whatever it takes to
Right.
make sure that we win.
That's the mindset of a winner.
And
right?
every single week, I continue to remind them that will win, whatever it takes.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And listen, you had amazing people in your band, right? Sherry Henry, who runs the
What a
Hab
voice.
Center in
Yeah.
Boca. Shadell.
Yeah,
Shadell.
Yeah.
And then who else is in your band? Amber
Ari and
Pollitt,
Amber, yeah.
right? And Amber does what?
She's a I think digital marketing director I
For
believe,
Rappaport?
yeah, for
The rest
Oh,
group.
Decade
that's cool.
84,
Yeah.
Burton Max,
Right, and
We know them.
And Ari's a big wig with Comcast, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
and he
Oh,
was
so if we need
awesome.
customer service help, we just call Ari.
There we go. We'll call Ari.
I'm sorry, when we need customer service.
There you go. And so, what was it like, right? Battle of the Bands, learning guitar between practices, between band rehearsals. What was it like balancing running a business and preparing for Battle of the Bands?
I mean, I stick to my schedule.
Yeah.
Always. Like
Yeah.
I'm. Sometimes my customers don't like it. Sometimes my team doesn't like it.
Business partners.
My business partners, but I mean, listen, I love my family.
Yeah.
And I love my customers.
Yeah.
But I have to have that separation. So I
Good.
mean, there was specific parts of my day that I said I'm going to practice, and then the rest of the time I was with my family, and the rest of the time I worked. So
Yeah.
just staying on a strict schedule.
Yeah.
Listen, I so envy you as a man who has 2 children as well and a wife. And by the way, next week is my wife and I's 16th wedding anniversary.
That's awesome.
And it's also the same day that we got married is 3 years to the day after our first date.
Oh, that's awesome.
So 60, we're celebrating 16 and 19 years next
cool,
week.
right?
And listen, I love my wife. We spend time together. We laugh. We were actually just texting right before the podcast started of how we still enjoy eating, laughing, and just hanging out together. But I love how you just put that time aside, and it doesn't matter what else is going on in the world. That is your family time. Because listen, as someone who's got kids, or well, at least one of them's a little bit older than yours, they don't want to hang out with you as much anymore. And I'm sure you're starting to go through that now.
It goes fast.
Absolutely.
And you got to cherish it. I mean, it's so funny in my living room, right? I don't get to watch TV that often because we're always busy. But when we sit in the living room and watch TV, we also have one of those digital
Picture frames.
thank you, digital picture frames next to the TV. I don't even watch TV.
You watch
I
the
just
frames.
watch the frames and look like when my boys were younger and we're like doing stuff together. And I feel like mom, right? Who's with us behind here.
Here, behind Josh.
I feel like mom, which is like she always told us, please don't grow up, right? And
I didn't understand
so
that,
get it.
no.
I so get it because even my baby now, he's 11, and it's don't get me wrong, we still hang out, we have a great time, but it's changing,
Listen,
man. He's got his
11-year-old
friends.
My 11-year-old just stopped sleeping with us, and I'm
Oh
like,
wow,
I miss it.
yeah.
It sounds crazy, but it's like,
Maybe you should get another pet.
Yeah. Do you have any pets in your house? Janessa, is she getting more for you?
yeah, no more.
Well, by the way, so speaking of Janessa, and right, we talked about your family. One of the things that we've talked about that I love about you is how much you love your family.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's the same for my brother. I think that everybody knows people that are married,
I do.
right?
Yeah.
Lots. I don't know lots and lots of married people that I'm like, I can point to and go, you've got it. You love each other. You're going to make it.
Yeah.
Listen, I just had a conversation today with a guy in the sauna at the YMCA this morning. That
Did you get his number?
listen, we know him.
Yeah.
That unfortunately he and his wife are splitting up. Right? It happens all the time. But I got to tell you, like, how many times have I said about? Did you see the post Josh made out on a date with the hottest girl in Florida?
Second hottest.
No, that's not what he put. Right,
Yeah, I
but
know.
right out on the date with the hottest girl in Florida, and he loves his wife.
Yeah.
And by the way, just so you know, she loves you too. And
Most of the time.
well, most of the time. and this man right here loves his kids. Again, I don't want to say envy's not the word. I admire, I love how much you love them. Right? I aspire to that. I want to find that what you have and what you have.
Yeah.
But I think it's so friggin' cool that you run busy businesses and make time and love on your family. Like,
Yeah.
that is so cool.
I struggle with that, dude.
I get it from my daddy, man. It's,
Yeah.
all, the, it's
Yeah?
all the way you were taught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Listen, and if that's where you learned it, he's got to be proud because you're doing. Like, I'm telling you, it's noticeable.
Yeah.
I love how much you love them.
Yeah. All right. So we also like to keep things a little bit more light and fun here too. So I want to ask you, Josh, what's your and when I say local, it can be Palm Beach County. I know you live in Broward. I know you
It
live
can
in
be
Broward.
County.
But
So I'm saying
I switched
could
it up
be,
this time.
It could
I
be Palm
definitely
Beach
did.
or Broward County. What's your favorite restaurant locally?
Yeah.
So restaurant or meal?
Restaurant.
Yeah.
So my favorite restaurant currently.
I know what you're gonna say.
Say it.
I can't remember the name of it. That Italian place in Coralsford.
Lavello.
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 Yeah.
Who used to work at the other place and then open, right?
So,
Am I right?
Yeah, 100%.
Look, man, I know you.
Yeah, I had to give him a shout out, man.
I still haven't been. We got to do a date night.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Not you and me.
I was gonna say the two of you. Can I come too? And are you gonna invite your wives?
Absolutely. Whenever you guys are ready, the door is open.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about the company. I just want to eat the food.
Oh
But,
my God,
you know.
it's that's what I put on here was that. Listen, I think I've been there probably 15, 20 times since they've opened, and it doesn't matter what I get on the menu. Everything is phenomenal.
Yeah. What's good there? What have you had that you like? Unbelievable.
They do like a.
I mean, I already know what I'm going to order.
You guys
but
would
it doesn't
probably
matter.
know more of Italian, but it's like the seafood Italian plate that has like
cool.
all the seafood meats in there.
Frutti di mare or
Yeah,
something
it's
like
just
And it's good.
oh my.
Because we talk about all the time. There's certain foods that we order that sound so good and they're never good, and one of them is usually like a seafood pasta.
Yeah,
It sounds awesome and it's never as good as it.
I remember
should be.
at the restaurant prior to this, he was walking around and was like, "Oh, you should try this," and it was like some blue crab pasta, and I was like, I would have never ordered that, and it was like the best seafood dish ever.
That's awesome. So let's set it up. I'll have my people call your people.
Right.
Let's do it.
We'll set it up.
We have the same people.
Yeah.
Chester, Kelly, talk to each other.
Yeah, right.
I meant Janessa and Lydia.
Oh yeah, fine. Oh yeah, you guys have people. I don't have people like
Lydia talks for you. Don't worry. She'll just tell you where to be and when.
That's the story of my life. All right, and so we did talk about favorite local restaurant. You asked, right? So what's your favorite local dish? I'm excited to hear this.
So
one.
I sort of went a little sideways on
All right,
this one, and I was like, let me scratch my head a little bit because I know you boys don't like coming to Broward.
I love.
I
Broward.
will. I just
love Broward.
You know,
I
I'm
love
just
everywhere.
weary. I'm just very.
There's one dish, not a big dish, but one of my favorite meals is chicken wings.
Bro, I love
And
chicken wings too.
There is a
Where?
restaurant in Pompano,
Okay.
Wings and Things, off of Cypress Road.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of far.
Yeah, it's south of Atlantic.
Don't worry
yeah,
about him.
Maybe you could bring it to me.
but the wings and the curly fries there.
Really?
Hot garlic chicken wings with curly fries.
Yes, please.
Like to die for.
Really?
Phenomenal.
So have you? Actually, Cannoli Kitchen's gone now, right? Now it's Angela's Pizza Kitchen.
Yeah.
I think it's
I think
the
it's
same people.
stuff. They just remarket it.
Their wings are phenomenal.
I've never had the wings there.
Dude, I'm telling
I
you.
don't think I've ever ate there, to be honest.
It's my family's like favorite pizza. I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's super oily. It's not
Yeah,
bad. It's
but
just
the wings
really.
are-
The wings are good.
Dude, their wings
Okay.
might be the best
Because
I've had.
for me, it was hard down here because we have really good
Where are you
wings
from?
in
From upstate
northern
New
New
York.
York. I mean, so it's like I
Straight
came
off the
down here and
Buffalo.
I'm like,
Do you even like hot sauce?
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
The man's got a Tabasco tattoo on his arm.
Dude, so for sure, formerly Cannoli Kitchen on Powerline in Palmetto they're crispy. They're unbelievable. But I want to check wings and
And
things.
one day we'll go to Broward. I know.
All right.
Again, it's him. He's the snob. Me, I love everybody.
I just
go to
like
There's
busted balls,
another
like,
really
what?
good seafood restaurant actually very close to there that we should
yeah?
check out. Yeah.
All right, listen.
So we'll start with some wings,
and
Yeah.
and
fries.
go get some seafood. That
Yeah.
sounds like a lovely night.
I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Mitch
Yeah.
lives over there. We should invite Mitch.
All
as
right.
well.
All right.
Mitch, karate Mitch.
Yes.
Mitch Davey.
Yes, Mitch
Mitch
Davies.
Davey.
It's
Jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu.
it's walking
Jiu-jitsu, not
distance from
karate.
his house.
All right.
So.
All right, super cool.
Cool, man. So we also love shining spotlights on the best of South Florida. So can you tell us like a gem, a hidden place that obviously people would know about it, but something that you think is a hidden gem, whether it's a place, a business, an organization.
Yeah, one of the places that I wanted to highlight today is actually Salt Academy.
I was going to say, if you
I've
don't
heard of
say
it.
Salt Academy,
That was one of the things that like I was sitting down last night and I was like, yeah, we got to give them a shout out.
100%.
Yeah.
Well
So what's
deserved.
Salt
Tell us
Academy?
about it.
So
Tell the peeps.
Yeah, they actually they specialize in like homeschool-based schooling. So it's not at home, obviously, and very small classrooms. I believe it's between 8 and 10 students. And the school's K through 12, I believe, like 50 students. But it's just amazing. I mean, the owner's great, the teachers are great, the students are great. It's very, family oriented. We've been going to, I believe we've been there for about 6 years now.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Do you happen to know the owner?
I heard there's a hot teacher too.
Or any of the teachers or any of the students?
Yeah, I know the owner really well, Susie Bichetti.
Yeah. And you're hot for one of the teachers.
My hot wife, actually, yeah, she's a teacher there. Been
Yeah.
there for about 5 years now.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, Susie is super impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even remember where we met her, but right away I'm like, she's super cool.
She's sharp.
And then when I learned about the school, I'm like, wow, she's cool and smart and like it's
We
awesome.
were together the other night at Battle of the Bands because obviously,
Yeah, I was there.
and she was like, and Jill bumped into us and she was like, "Oh, Susie, I've met you before. You're a teacher, right?" And I was like, No. Susie, you don't explain to people that you're a teacher.
Right.
Like
I run this bitch.
You own an amazing school that you could be helping many
kids.
families.
Yeah.
Like,
right, what she does there, what she's put together there, and
awesome.
Janessa and the rest of the teachers support and make, like, it's impressive. They're helping kids and families who need that help.
Yes.
Right, because the school helps a lot of kids that have learning challenges,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Dyslexia and that kind of stuff, and they put out, great kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
The kids and families love it. All right, that's a great local gem. And I was, if you didn't say it, when I was
Would have said it anyways.
I was going to kick you under the table, and I would have.
I remember we brought her up last time, so definitely.
Yeah, she's awesome. All right, and so let me ask you this: so with On the Wall, right? Every journey has highs. Every journey has lows. Can you share some, maybe a good win, maybe a tough lesson, right? You don't lose, but you learn, right? So
Hey, that could be a quote.
that could be a quote.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about it, and I just said that the one thing about me is that I'm always so concerned with other people.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this today at City Lead, is that a lot of times I don't worry about myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I would say that that's one of the biggest things for me that, this year, and, part of the reason, Home Dudes is coming into effect is that I was always so concerned with other people and not worried about myself.
Yeah, right. You got to take
So
care
I
of
would say
yourself and
that,
your family.
yeah, that's huge for me.
Right. Listen. That's both. Right. That's a win and a lesson.
Yeah.
Right. That's yeah. I mean, and by the way, how cool that he's reflective enough and self-reflective enough to look at that kind of thing and be like, okay, I need to make a change.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people
sometimes
don't
you
do
got to
that.
swallow that pill that you don't want to,
Yeah.
Right. Be an entrepreneur. Yeah, it's fun. You have so much time and so much money. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And no stress.
No stress.
What would they say when I got into real estate? They used to say, I used to work a 9-to-5 job. I wanted to get into real estate. So now I work 7 to 9, a.m. to p.m.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Man, I got to tell you, I know that we're friends. We're more than friends. We're business partners. You're our guy. Like we freaking love you, man. I just want to say on the air, right? So everybody knows, because I know we tell you, but I want everyone in the world to know, Josh, dude, you are an amazing human being. Yeah. The world is a better place because of you. I mean it. Thanks. And just keep doing what you're doing. Keep setting an example for us, for your family, for the entire community. You are awesome. And we want to say thank you so much for joining us today, man. It's been so awesome learning about, how you got into your business and stuff like that, and our journey into business with you. And, of course, your recent win at Battle of the freaking Bands, bro.
Yes, sir.
And so for our listeners, if you want to learn more about On the Wall home entertainment and security services or Paver Dudes Florida, you can check out the links in the show notes.
Yeah, and for our listeners, make sure to follow the Digital Mayors podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. And if you've enjoyed this episode, which how can you not? Because again, we have so much love for this guy. He's such an inspiration.
Yeah.
Right. I tell you all the time, by the way, that you motivate the hell out of me.
And right back at you.
Right,
You guys motivate me, man.
I love it. But if you've loved today's episode, please like it, share it.
Should they leave us any stars or anything? Or?
Maybe if you left
How many?
like a 5-star review, that would be pretty awesome. And by the way, let us know. Reach out on social media, do a hashtag Digital Mayors Podcast about gems that you would like to talk about, whether it's a person, a place, an organization.
Maybe they'll get a shout out.
Maybe you'll get a shout out. And who else you think we should be talking to? We would love to hear that. And so, Josh, thank you. To our listeners, thank you. And we will see you next week on another episode of
the Digital Mayors Podcast.
There you go, fucking guy.